What is going on, guys? FMU here and welcome to a brand new series on the channel. This is Manchester United Class of 22. The basic premise of the idea is we've holidayed until 2022 and we're going to try and not exactly replicate but kind of emulate what the Class of 92 achieved. So we've picked 6 of the young players that are at Manchester United and we're just going to go forwards with them and see what we can achieve with them. We could in the first season get sacked because we're going to have to sacrifice first team players to put these guys in, so there are going to be some pretty big players that are going to be overlooked or sold or just left on the bench a lot of the time. It's not going to please them, so that is going to be an aspect of it, but we want to push these kids into the sort of same level as Beckham, Giggs, but Neville and Neville were at that kind of time, and Scholes, of course. I know you forgot Paul Scholes. How can you forget Paul Scholes? Hey, Jesus. I mean, he's ginger for one. Offensive to gingers. Don't know what I mean. Paul Scholes is a god to them, surely. So yeah, that's basically what's going on. I've also restricted myself to no like massive major signings for the first season, because I don't want to bring these kids through, then sign somebody for say 90 million and then them sit on the bench. I want to give these kids the chance to establish themselves, and we are going to watch them develop through game time. I'm not worried about training. I know you can push them by training, but I've employed Gary Neville as my number 2. He's going to look after the training. I want to see purely what happens with them getting game time and see how they develop that way, because for me, games is one of the best ways that they do develop. The more they play, the better they get. And so that's the way I've done it over the years. It's always served me well, so I'm hoping that this series will show that as well. But anyway, let's get over and meet the Class of 22. I'll also give you a quick run over the squad, and we do have David De Gea's testimonial game to finish off the stream. We've had Mata, Mkhitaryan and Herrera all come back to the club for that game, so that'll be nice for them, won't it? Be exciting if nothing else. And also when I came to United, I was like, oh, look at all these players that we've got to work with, as well as these kids that we're going to be using. And then I looked at the transfers, and they'd already pre-agreed to sell about £200 million worth of players. So yeah. Also, Marcus Rashford, he ain't in a good place. So let's go see the team, meet the kids, and crack on. Okay, so here is the team screen. I haven't done the third kit yet. I do need to do the third kit, but at the moment it's going to be unlikely we're going to come up against anybody in a 3D match engine where the third kit is going to be needed. My Ryan Giggs looks more like Rio Ferdinand, and that is from an actual picture of Ryan Giggs. It hasn't worked out very well at all. I'm very disappointed, but maybe over time I can have another look and play around and try and sort that out. But anywho, these are the Class of 22. These are the 6. There are other players that are going to be involved from the younger side of things, but these are the 6 I chose to focus on. Now, I've gone for good players, and I've also gone for not so good players. I just want to see how far we can push, particularly Greg Clark. He isn't fantastic. This is young Greg. He's not the best, like I say. Oh, he's actually 20 now. Oh, he's pushed on a little bit over the age of what we were hoping for, but that's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Anyway, Greg Clark is not the best of players, but he does have a bit of potential. He's played a couple of friendlies for us already, and he's done reasonably well. He played very well against, obviously, the lower teams, but that's helped build his confidence. And when we've played bigger teams like who did we play? We played Deportivo, and I think it was it Alaves or somebody in Spain, and he played relatively well in those games, so it kind of built his confidence up playing against. We played Crewe in a pre-season friendly, we played Tenerife in a pre-season friendly, and Tenerife in a pre-season friendly, and he's done relatively well in those, so he's the weaker of the 6 for me personally. We then also have on the lower end, I suppose, of the spectrum, he was black yesterday. On the thumbnail, he's black. What's that all about? That GGFM GG. So yeah, he is one of the weaker ones as well. I want to try and just sort of see how he develops. He's not going to be a world beater, I don't think. But given game time, playing alongside some really good players, it would just be interesting to see how game time pushes him on a bit. So he's not the best. I think we can do something with him. He's played very, very well when he's been involved. He's got an assist as well in pre-season, so he's done all right for himself. Freddie Davidson is a young striker, and I like the look of this kid. He's played in pre-season. He scored against Crewe in a pre-season friendly. He looked very good. He's off the ball. He's only 12, but his movements seem very good. He seemed to be sort of in the right place at the right time, probably because it was against a lower league opposition, but he did look very on the ball, sort of very in touch with what was going on. His determination is 20. So his determination, his composure, his finishing are all very, very high. Really good ratings in those sort of areas. He's got good acceleration. His pace is just a little bit off it. He's not as strong as I would like, and his stamina's not as high as I would like, but he's good. His concentration lacks a little bit, but he's a brave guy, so I'm looking forward to sort of partnering him up with the strikers that we've got and seeing how he sort of works off with those. I want to try from time to time to play 4-4-2 to get him sort of involved. I've got kind of a counter-attack 4-4-2 that I wouldn't mind trying him out in. Whether or not we'll get much opportunity to play him up front on his own in big games is another matter. I don't know. It depends who we get to work with him in, say, a 4-2-3-1 and stuff. Regan Bunting, he is a right back. His star rating and potential star rating aren't very good, but his stats suggest otherwise to me. I mean, he's worth £7.25 million at the age of 17, for God's sake. So come on. You know what I'm saying? Come on. He's got decent tackling. It lacks a little bit of acceleration, but his pace is there. He's very brave. I like that. He's got good determination. His decisions are spot on, which is also good. Decent positioning, 20 for teamwork and 15 for work rate. So he's a workhorse, this kid. He really puts a shift in, which is something that we really, really want to see. I like the look of him. I think he's going to do really, really well for me. He has done in pre-season. He's got a couple of assists. One of them was an absolute belter of a diagonal ball across into the area for Martial to finish. I think it was against, might have been against Crewe. A lot of the goals were against Crewe because it was like 7-3 that match. But anyway, I think we're going to see a lot of decent stuff from this kid. I really do. Jimmy Much has, over the course of pre-season, entered Wonder Kid status. Now, I can't remember where you see it on this. There, Wonder Kid. Media description, Wonder Kid. So, I'm looking forward to seeing this guy. Now, for me, I'm not trying to copy the players that were in the original class of 92. But for me, he's going to be that Ryan Giggs pacey outside player. He looks very good. His crossing is good as well. Maybe a mixture of Beckham and Giggs in this kid, which is really, really good. He's worth £10 million already. And, you know, he's 18. He has played a couple of games for the club and scored a goal. They came last season. He got one appearance. He scored in the cup in that season, and then he came off the bench to score on his debut in the Premier League. So he's been involved. He's been around for a couple of seasons now, and it's just a case of us utilising him ahead of the players that were being put in front of him. One thing that the AI has done is wasted players. AI Jose Mourinho has destroyed Marcus Rashford. He was on loan at Arsenal last season. He did get like 8 goals, but he doesn't look as good as he should do. He looks very poor. And Gavin Osborne is the final piece of this little jigsaw. He's now 19. He was 18, but he's now 19. He's worth £3 million. He spent last season out on loan at Middlesbrough. He has been at Arsenal, so he's come from Arsenal as a young kid and coming to our academy. We've sort of produced him a bit like, David Beckham when he came into the academy from elsewhere. Ryan Giggs obviously came from Manchester City's academy to United's academy. So that's the sort of narrative that we're following. He's come in, he's done his loan spell away from the club, and now he's ready to go in the first team. And I do like the look of this kid. I think we could do something with him. I think his passing at 16 is very good. He's got good technique. His work rate, positioning and teamwork are all spot on. His determination is good. Off the ball again, he's not brilliant, but hopefully that can improve. The more he plays, the more game time we have, and whatever training is set up, hopefully that will improve it. But that is the class of 22. Those are the guys we're rolling with. In terms of the squad, let's just clear this. These are the players that we have. So let's just go ability wise first. So Paul Pogba's there. Been having a tussle with PSG throughout the summer. Throughout the summer to keep Paul Pogba. He seems happy to stay at the moment. David De Gea is still here. It's his testimonial today. Lindelof still here. James Rodriguez is here. Now, his contract's up at the end of the season. And at the minute, for some reason, he's just like, nope, don't want a new contract. Don't want it. Not happy with it. So I've got a feeling that last season, Mourinho may have peed him off a little bit. Gelson Martins even. He's a very good wide player, so he could be utilised as well. Andres Silva. Lucas Gomez. Milan's shrink wrap, as I called him when I first saw his name, for some reason I just thought, was it shrink wrap? He is also wanted by Barcelona. They've made bids for him, but so far I've managed to fend them off. Eric Bailly, it's Bailey, let's be honest, it's Bailey, but he's still here. Inaki Williams, and then obviously for the testimonial, Herrera's here, Mkhitaryan's here. Herrera went to Spain in the summer on a free. Mkhitaryan went to Fulham for about 7 million. Eric Dyer is here, so standard Man United signing for FM18. Joaquim Carrera is here. This guy I signed, Adrian Bustos, from my Twitch save club Colo Colo. I like the look of him, so I thought I'd pick him up, and I got him on an absolute bargain of £2.2 million. So happy with him. Martial's here. He was on the transfer list, and Stoke were the only team who were coming in for him. Took him off the transfer list. I think he deserves a fair crack of the whip. Luke Shaw is still here, injury prone as ever. Marcus Rashford is here, and his stats are bombing, absolutely bombing at the moment. He's not developed how he should have done. I don't know what's happened with him and Mourinho over the last couple of seasons, but they don't seem to get on anymore. Like I say, he got 12 games under his belt and 8 goals at Arsenal last season, so he's no slouch, is he? Let's be honest. And then there's Much, Osborne, Clark, 3 of the class. There's a young lad called Benham. Dean Henderson is the current backup goalkeeper. And then there's just kids. Angel Gomez is here. He's played a lot in pre-season. So hoping that he'll do well. He's played very, very well. I was going to say relatively well, but then I thought, no, he's actually played very well. He's got 4 goals in 2 games and 2 sub-appearances. 20 flair. I mean, come on. Let's be having you, son. So he'll be utilised this season. And then there's just another youngster, Harwood. And then Juan Mata, who's back for the testimonial game. So in terms of finances, we'll just have a quick little look at that. We've only got £321 million in the transfer kitty, but like I say, I'm not going big out on transfers. I'll show you those quickly. I am actually looking at bringing one guy in who I'll show you in a minute, but those are my 2 transfers. This guy was already arranged, Ibrahim Kamara. He was already arranged to come in, and he's gone out on loan to Leverkusen, and I've already showed you Adrian Bustos. But Mkhitaryan, he was arranged to go. Matic is out on loan at Stoke. He could have done a job here, but unfortunately he's going to have to be pushed aside now for the kids. Virgil van Dijk has gone to the old big money leagues for £41.5 million. That was already pre-arranged. Strevet I've loaned out. Herrera was pre-arranged to Sevilla. Higuain was pre-arranged to Monaco. Johnny was pre-arranged to PSG. Alex Iwobi was not pre-arranged, but I rejected the bid. He kicked up a fuss, so I sold him to Real Madrid. Ricardo Rodriguez was pretty much the same. Rejected the bid from Barcelona. He chucked his telly out the pram, so I sold him. Danny Hill's gone out on loan to Blackburn, and Sakai has gone out to Celtic. So we've made 269 million and so far spent 2.3. So you know what I'm saying. In terms of incomings, Vinicius Guerrera is my boy that I want to bring in. I like the look of him. I'll probably use him straight away, to be fair. He does look very, very good. So he's going to be used in the squad rotation straight away when he gets here. Hopefully just see how he does and take you from there. But that is the plan with him. I like the look of him. We have made a bid of, what was it, 16.25. Benfica and Man City both want him as well, as do the old China boys. So he's a wanted man, and I'm hoping we can get him. And lastly, but by no means least, before we go into this game, Brexit rules at the bottom, you can see there. United Kingdom has left the European Union on the 24th of June 2020. And basically all that changes now is we're allowed 16 foreign players instead of work permits. So we have, it's pretty decent really. We're quite lucky. It's not a bad Brexit for us. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Okay, so this is the tactic we've gone for today. A 4-2-3-1. Not sure how it's going to work out. I haven't actually tried it yet, so we'll see how it goes. But we've gone with Mkhitaryan, Mata and Herrera in to start the game. All the class of 22 are on the bench just to start this match off, and they will be introduced as we go along. Make sure I've got them all in there. I have indeed, jolly good. So we're off to play Atletico Madrid in David De Gea's testimonial. So they've still got Griezmann, or they got Rodrigo up top. That'll please Cleon. Big fan of his. Really good young player as well. If you haven't signed Rodrigo and yet the chance to from Santos, do it right now. Absolute baller of a player. He already is at Atletico Madrid. It doesn't seem that many fans at the moment. Or does it? Oh no, it is. It's because the Man U fans look like seats in their kits. So yeah, let's see how we crack on in this match. We're just going to do the old get Gaz Neville. That's had a rousing response. Well, Mata's sharpness is very poor. I'm a bit concerned about Luke Shaw today as well, as to whether or not we should be playing him, because he's not the best in terms of not crippling himself. Let's go just a little bit faster and let's see how we do. So far we've had a lot of possession in the opening 5 minutes for United. Nothing's come of it yet though, but here we go now. Here's Mkhitaryan, tricky Mkhitaryan. That was a terrible ball. That was an absolutely terrible ball. Then again, it's been matched by an absolutely woeful shot. Absolutely woeful. He couldn't have pinned the tail on the donkey if the donkey had sat on his hand there. I think would be a good little analogy of his shot. The man himself, David De Gea. I'll tell you what we should do. We should put De Gea on penalty duty. So if we get a penalty, he gets to take it. Go on, over the top. Tricky Mickey's not got the pace to get to that, has he? Oh, there's a ball. Oh, what a save from De Gea, still pulling it off. The ripe old age of 31. Lovely stuff. Well, at least David De Gea is having a good day. He's enjoying himself. What's that? We'll make that change. What was that? We should consider an alternative crossing just isn't working right now. So I'd imagine we're going to work it into the box. More than anything. Here's Rodrigo. Again. Pin the towel on the donkey, wouldn't happen even if it sat on the hand. We are not creating many chances at all. Concerns me slightly. It's a forward winger, that's good. Passing space, play out of defence, work the ball into the box, work crosses. Let's try retaining possession a little bit more. And going control, just having a little bit more of an attacking presence about us. Atletico Madrid knocking it around beautifully. Well done, Williams. Here's an Archie Williams. He's got the man on the overlap. He had all. Oh, go on. Penalty. No, offside. I thought we had a penalty then. There was your boy Luke Shaw was over here though in acres of space. He just didn't pick him out, which is unfortunate. Right, let's go to the team talk first. And we are going to calmly, tonight is about David De Gea, so go out there, give him the match that he deserves. Wow, nobody gives a crap about David De Gea. Nobody cares. Right, we're going to mix things up a little bit now. The class is coming on. Jimmy Much for Juan Mata. That's going to be a thing. You're not really averse to that position, so we'll give you winger attacking. Okay, Harwood, Dire straights. Luke Shaw's had an admirable game, but he can come off. Bunting is on. Osborne for you. And is that it? No, Davidson. I'm going to drop Silver back there and bring on Mr. Davidson, and we'll also give Gomez a run as well. Good stuff. Good stuff. So we'll see how these boys do. Isn't the end of the world if we lose. Just keep telling myself that. As Bunting gives away a free kick instantly. What am I doing? What am I doing? Not what I want. This is what I want. Penalties. That's what we want. Where is he? Where is he? Where's David? And then I can remove him when needs be. Well, just in case we get a penalty, I want David De Gea to be able to take the penalty. Just because I think that'd be pretty cool. He'll probably miss it if we got one, but never mind. Not the end of the world. This second half has been very quiet. So it's telling us to try a more direct approach, which we've agreed to. Here's the man himself, the man, the legend. Here we go. Here's Much. Beautiful ball. Oh, what a... 2 members of the class of 22. What a lovely ball that was from Jimmy Much. Good control. Gets into position, swings it over, and then bravery from Davidson just to slam it in. Class of 92 has erupted into this game like a wildfire. That's really pleasing. I like it. I like it. What's up? Oh, Gomez has picked up a knock. No. I'll equalise now. You watch. Anthony Martial can come on. And let's give Nick Benham a crack in there. And we'll bring off Shrink Wrap. We'll buy it. And poor old Gelson Martins is the only player who's not going to get involved. Oh, they've scored. Told you they were going to score. That's disappointing. But never mind. Oh, straight through Clark's leg. So 2 members of the class of 22 gave us the lead, and one of them has caused us the lead by not closing his legs on the goal line. Go on. Oh, Osborne there. Nearly. Nearly. It was a good effort. Right, let us try. Let us try flexible. So let's go attacking a bit. And let's exploit the flanks. Let's turn player out of defence off. Exploit the flanks, put the ball into the box, look for the underlap. Closing down more. Let's give us a higher defensive line. See how that works for us. Let's see how that works for us in these last 10 minutes or so. They've had far more shots than us. Maybe this 4-2-3-1. Oh, for God's sake, what is it about this position? Well, Martins, just when you thought you weren't getting involved, just when you thought you weren't getting involved, you is now. Good stuff. 5 minutes of added time. Feckle's going to happen. Interesting. From Much there, trying that same sort of ball. Didn't quite pay off the way the first one did, though, unfortunately. Oh, they're in. Who's offside? I thought they were in. Thought they were in. But that's that. Game over. A 1-1 draw for the testimonial. Not the best of performances, but not a bad performance considering it's the first time we'd used that tactic. I'm not sure. I really don't know what tactic I want to go forwards with starting the season now. I have no idea. But a very good performance all round. It was good to see Mata, Herrera and Mkhitaryan back for a game at least. So yeah, that's pretty much your introduction to the class of 22 there. How was Martial out for? 3 to 5 weeks. What a joy. What a joy. Gomez, 4 to 8 days isn't quite so bad. Not quite so bad. So there we have it then, guys. The class of 22, we saw a couple of them linking well there when they came off the bench to give us a lovely little lead against Atletico Madrid. And then we saw one of them, unfortunately, not do the greatest of jobs defending, which we're going to have to get used to. If we're using these boys, we're going to have to get used to it. So let me know in the comments down below, guys. Who was your pick of the bunch for the class of 22? I personally think Much is going to be a very, very, very good player, especially after seeing that delivery that he put in the match. And I think that the two weaker players, Harwood and Clark, may eventually surprise us, but I don't know. I like to see how Osborne does going forwards as well, but I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, please remember to hit the like button if you are enjoying. If you didn't, then hit the dislike button. It doesn't really matter to me. It all works in my favour either way, so do whatever you wish. And if you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe, as there will be more mediocre content coming your way. Thanks very much, guys. Take it easy. Bye bye.